This is too much information.
April 10th, 2022. Direct from the cradle of mankind. This is Too Much Information with Ngachira.
Wow. Well, hello everyone here at home and around the world, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the premiere episode of Too Much Information with me, Ngachira. Okay, so here we observe no protocols, and enough is never really enough, which means we just keep going and going and going. In other words, tuna maintain, okay? So if you're watching this from home, please jump in the conversation via our social media handles. They are below you on the screen. Now, our guest tonight is hip-hop genius, social justice advocate, and he's also told me he's a philosopher on top of that. Show some love for Juliani, everyone! I mean, who doesn't love Juliani, yeah? Who? Now, this week, President Uhuru Kenyatta eventually acknowledged what we've known all along, that in these tough times, nobody can survive without learning the art of borrowing. Or is it begging?
Omba pole pole. Omba. Na ukiomba, uta.
IMF and China agree. Anyway, it looks like we are going to hit the debt ceiling with this. Abu, give me some more of that.
Angalieni watoto wetu wasichana warembo. Jameni, kama una haja na huyo mtoto, omba pole pole.
Okay, that's not what I expected. Yeah? Okay, but one point of Mr. Correction, Mr. President. It's not watoto. It's watoto. Now, from borrowing to something that will require some begging. So, Uku Yatani's 3.3 trillion budget, or as Jubilee would call it, the Last Supper.
It's once again an immense privilege for me to present to this August House and the people of the Republic of Kenya the budget statement that highlights the budget policies and the revenue-raising measures for the financial year 2022-2023.
Now, by the time we were going on here with this show, the government had 10K in their account, okay? Now, the deficit will be raised through our WhatsApp group by friends you last spoke to in high school, yeah? Now if you read this budget, there's clearly a buffet for the rich kids. Parliament, KQ, NYS, even Kenya Power. They're getting huge allocations as usual. But you at home, Wanchiko, do you know who got the cut? Agriculture. Agriculture was allocated a maximum of 2 bags of fertilizer per farmer. And rain from God whenever it comes. Because in this country, 2 things are treated the same way: agriculture and dreadlocks. Mama turned barber. Now, like for a moment, it felt like I was watching Cersei Lannister go to Winterfell and shave off Catelyn Stark's hair. Now, to the other bizarre story, the stoning of Raila Odinga's chopper. Now, those accused were coincidentally found with 50 bob notes in their pockets, like a lot of 50 bob notes. It was like a Makanga's dream. We've been waiting for the composition for the writers at DCI Twitter to weigh in, and since they haven't done it, we did it for them. Following the malevolent rocketing of granite projectiles at helicopter registration 54 DSB, our sleuths are hotly on the heels of the wretched vagabonds responsible for this dastardly deed. Like, we even added a perfect mathematical illustration of how the helicopter was stoned from ground level. Now you see, if trigonometry is not helping you, it's helping others, okay? But seriously speaking, guys, and I say this at the risk of trivializing this issue, but can we just agree, some things ought not to be said in rallies. I mean, anyone risks being misunderstood. Like when the Right Honorable says this to his vijanas.
Vijana fire! Vijana fire! Vijana fire!
I mean, somebody else's vijanas could be thinking it's an invitation to do bad things, you know?
Vijana unaanza kupiga magari yetu na mawe. mawe inanyesha kama mvua. Kienda ndege naona mtu pale anarusha mwamba kubwa, umebeba jiwe kubwa anarusha hapo. Kwa ndege mimi naangalia kitu inakuja, jiwe inakuja na kuna mahali ya kwenda. Inakuja pa! Na mimi nashangaa.
Hata mimi nashangaa because I mean it's all mixed messaging, okay? Now, on to other news. Kenyans are still feeling the effects of a fuel shortage in petrol stations across the country.
There is no fuel shortage in the country.
Oh, so Kenyans are not feeling the effects of a fuel shortage? Okay. Okay, now, of course there's a shortage, but there's always a positive to everything, okay? Chambilecha wahenga, the border you go, the shortage it becomes.
As you go further out towards the border, there is more shortage. Yeah? And I suspect, the prices in Kenya are 20 shillings per litre cheaper than they are in Uganda. Maybe we are fueling other cars.
Yeah, I mean, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. I mean, isn't that obvious? I mean, look, folks, the bottom line here is that this shortage has been nothing more than a mix-up. It's a party, yeah? It's party like a Jubilee party, okay? Why my party people are, bana, yeah? In fact, I'll do you one better, yeah? Our correspondent has been following these developments throughout the week, and she's seen in this report. Mamito, take it away, Mamito, take it away, Mamito.
Hi, behind me is the Kenyan Lamborghini, and this is what people want to ride on. This is what is happening. And actually, I am at the hottest place in town right now, the petrol station. Woohoo! This is where people are queuing to come here. You have to be here. What are you doing at home? Come to the petrol station. We are having so much fun with the high prices of fuel. Yeah. Man, this is 5-star. And as you can see, cars are streaming in just to fuel their tanks. The party is still going on. This is Tuesday, and this is the biggest festival in Kenya. But such a bummer. They are saying it's going to end tomorrow. Zangishe. Zangishe. Kuna party yenye inafanyika. Umesikia party inafanyika?
Party?
Kuna party yenye inafanyika huko kwa fuel station, petrol station. Wewe umeenda kwa hiyo party?
Hiyo sijasikia.
Hujasikia?
Bado sijasikia maneno ya party. Yes. Wanasherekea venye mafuta imepanda, so hao watu wa mafuta wanaenda party. Hujaitwa party? Pale hakuna party. Pale ni kilio kwa sababu line ile imepangwa pale. Hakuna party.
So umeenda kwa hiyo party? Ushaenda kwa party?
Umeattend, yeah.
Oh, umeattend hiyo party. Ulinunua ticket how much?
No, I didn't buy, but what is happening? Tunonga mba full for rice. Tunonga mba full for rice. Sikubuy ticket lakini.
Haukubuy ticket. Such Obama wanasema, they'll subsidize, this party will end tomorrow on Wednesday. But I don't want it to end. Let's keep the festival going. It's a fuel festival in here. This is the extent we have to go Thai just to get a little oil. Ameenda huyo yuko kwa line. Kuna watu pale mbele wanakata line. Ty, I'm outside here. Ty, can you hear me, Ty?
Mamito.
Ty,
okay, it seems like we've lost her, but that party has peaked. Let's take that for sure. Okay, now, moving on from the so-called artificial crisis, but with real-life consequences, to a crisis of accountability involving the West Pokot Deputy Governor, Dr. Nicholas Atudonyang. He's back in the country after a 4-year benchmarking trip in Texas. Why? Because every time we go benchmarking, good things happen.
We went 10 specialists to Israel, and the Spirit of God came upon us. And we came and started...
Good things, in fact, I dare say. Some good things can happen Without benchmarking, just good old training, eh?
First brain surgery, successful, unmentioned, and I'm going to mention sahi mpaka ni ringi hata sitoki hapa, was done in Kapenguria County River Hospital.
Makofi. Now, when you hear the first brain surgery successful, you'd think that it was carried out by this man. A qualified neurosurgeon, but he's also the West Pokot deputy governor. Am I right, Bona Governor?
By our medical officers, by our doctors led by Dr. Karuri.
I mean, why not the deputy governor and neurosurgeon, Dr. Atudonyang?
Well, Dr. Atudonyang, a neurosurgeon practicing in the U.S., will be seeking to oust his current boss, Professor John Loyangapoor.
Wait, I feel like I'm getting this wrong. John, is this right?
Reason I've been firmly in the seat of being the deputy governor, despite a few days of not being at home.
I knew. I knew I was getting something wrong. I mean, he's only been away for a few days, eh?
The DG has been absent from the county that he was elected to lead, and not just the county, but the country. He has just returned to Kenya, unapologetic.
Now, there has to be an explanation. Okay, let me educate you. You see, they say one day in politics is a lifetime. Now, that is why, for example,
in 6 months' time, the stadium in Kamarin in West Pokot, which is historic, will be complete.
Now, you see, so the only reason that stadium isn't complete is because one day in politics is a lifetime, you see. Now, in fact, the Jubilee government, to me, just won the presidential elections a few days ago. Now, if you have a problem with this, just know for a fact that you're alone. The people of West Pokot, and indeed Kenya, are family with this.
And that's why there has been any motion of impeachment of the deputy governor of West Pokot. Nobody has ever raised an issue at the county assembly or even at the county government.
Listen, see, even the governor himself said it. Eh?
I can confirm to you that my deputy governor has been away from end of March. He was supposed to come in May, end of May, but as the CEO of the county, I extended his stay because of the activity that he was doing.
Now, for those of you who might still be in the dark, Dr. Atudonyang, the West Pokot deputy governor, was based in Texas. And y'all know what they say about Texas? Wait, you don't know what they say about Texas? Okay. Okay, see, it's the wild, wild west. Eh? If anything Texas is known for, it's cattle. Now, if you thought about cattle rustling, then you're thinking about the wild, wild west Pokot. Okay. But Texas is where Dr. Atudonyang has been sourcing expensive medical equipment.
I will do all it takes to support Nicholas Atudonyang to do the roaming ambassador work.
Before you get tempted to start asking useless questions like, what is a roaming ambassador? What is the role of a deputy governor? Or
do you need a deputy governor?
Yes, I need a deputy governor, and that is why.
For what reason?
Wait a minute, Chair.
Beside.
Okay, listen. Okay, I need some sort of an expert to help us wade through this, because I know how this looks. Okay.
Tai, are Kenyans a joke to you?
Ladies and gentlemen. Our working from home, at the same time working in public office expert, Amandip Jagde. Aman, welcome. Now give it to me straight. A deputy governor working from home in another continent, yay or nay?
Tai, I'm a Kanye West fan. Definitely yay.
But why?
Why? The question is, why not? We live in an era of COVID where everybody works from home if they can help it.
I mean, this deputy governor, is this not what they signed up for? Is it not?
Tai, it is exactly what they signed up for. They even knew it when they picked him to be Professor, help me with this one, Loyangapoor's running mate.
Dr. Nicholas Atudonyang, a neurosurgeon based in the United States, unveiled in absentia.
Unveiled in absentia, Tai.
Wow. Man, this is blowing my mind right now.
You know what, Tai? I have been known to blow minds. I can blow your mind further. As a matter of fact, I'm actually working from home as we speak.
But man, I can see you right in front of me here in studio.
I know that's what it looks like to you, but this is actually Indian magic.
Give it up for the better correspondent about Big Jerry! Anyway, in a moment, on Too Much Information with Ty, we ask, is COVID-19 still relevant? Welcome back to Too Much Information with me, Ngachira, everybody. So, COVID-19, remember that? Is it still relevant? Yes. Yes, it is.
China has reported its first 2 COVID-19 deaths in the last 24 hours as the country faces its worst case upsurge since the pandemic's outset.
COVID-19 is like indoor smoking, you know? It's still mostly happening in China, you know? because Kenyans, on the other hand, are no longer worried about this virus. I mean, it's as if this corona is running away from our elections. You know, there was a time when the infection rate was so important that it was our commander-in-chief, issue of lockdowns, and a fellow Kenyan giving us the updates.
So my fellow Kenyans, on Friday, March 6th of this year, the government of Kenya received confirmation of the first case of COVID-19.
See, now that's when coronavirus was starting to blow up, eh? It was like Sean Kingston during the early 2000s, eh? But like Sean Kingston, we only cared about it for like 2-3 years. Because as time passed, the task of updating fellow Kenyans on the numbers seemed to be delegated.
Fellow Kenyans, the coronavirus disease has continued to affect the world in an unprecedented way.
So from the president's way, no, the task went to Cabinet Secretary for Health, Mutahi Kagwe, who then passed the cold potato to Health Chief Administrative Secretary, Dr. Rashid Aman.
Fellow Kenyans, good afternoon. Welcome to our daily briefing on the status and response measures on coronavirus in the country.
Now, because of the two-thirds gender rule, Dr. Rashid passed the duties to the CAS of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Mercy Mwagangi.
Good afternoon, members of the press, and welcome to our briefing on the status of COVID-19.
Good afternoon. I mean, that's how we... Did you hear the protocols observed by the Wazitos?
So my fellow Kenyans.
Fellow Kenyans.
Fellow Kenyans.
Come on, Mercy, usiangushe wa mama.
Fellow Kenyans.
There it is. I mean, I hope foreigners understand that here in Kenya, we don't say jumbo. We say fellow Kenyans. Now, looking at the chronology of the coronavirus updates, yeah? If we are still updating coronavirus cases in June, you'll get the update from Mutahi Kagwe's intern. You know? Hello, fellow Kenyans. Please see press and posters for coronavirus numbers. If it was corona, I'd be a jilted lover. Like, I'd be mad, you know? You used me. And you're treating me badly. Remember at Kemsa? You used my name to get millions and now you don't show me attention. You don't even open the car door for me. And you can't even put me in this year's budget. Mi amor, Mutahi Kagwe. And that's how we blue-ticked corona and just moved on, you know? Now, it feels like the importance of corona seems to drop as we approach elections because there is safety in numbers.
A mega political rally in his hometown of Eldoret.
Look at the crowd that's here, enthusiastic.
I mean, not only is that crowd enthusiastic, but they're also socially distancing themselves from the idea of social distancing, you know? Like, you cannot have such crowds social distance, though, especially when some of them are paid. I mean, they're here to do a job, you know? So we can safely say that politics killed corona, or that there is no money to spend in entertaining corona. Eh? Wait, what? Corona has been allocated 7 billion in this year's budget. Okay, what for? What for? You're kidding, eh? Okay, maybe it's for fair. So you can go back home. Welcome back to Too Much Information with the Ngachira, the TMI show. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the show singer, rapper, social justice activist, and brother in arms, Mr. Juliani, everybody! Yo, now, Juliani, karibu sana. Karibu. Mimi natafuta passport ya kutoka. Na manifest. When like you're a rapper, like grew up in Eastlands, but then all of a sudden your best friend is the late Bob Colim. Tuambie pia si tuamoke. Tell us, you know.
Mbona niliandika wali tudhara.
Hey, who's laughing now?
No, Bob was like I miss Bob every day. He was an amazing human being. He was so human in the way he was as a person. That connection na watu was really keen on connection na watu. And I was really privileged that I was his friend. I met him a month, 2 months before he passed. Spent a lot of time with him. So I'm really grateful that I got time to spend 10 years at least that I've known him.
You know, Juliani, although you didn't invite us for your wedding, tuko na gift hapa, okay? And as you accept our gift, we just want to know one thing. How did one of the most public figures in Kenya manage to pull off the most private wedding in this country? How?
I mean, me si public figure, me ni fellow Kenyan.
Tulisikia tu kwa mtandao, ameenda.
No, I have great friends, Boniface, Sam Gishuru, and some guys around. Boniface Mwangi.
Sasa nikufungulie ndio watu wajue pia si kidogo. Even as you continue, tuambie about our friends.
So they are really, so these are really great friends, and we were just doing a Thanksgiving. Na tunashukuru Mungu sana that happened.
Hey, okay, yeah. Wow, congratulations Juliani. So unajua, as this is Africa, lazima vikombe za harusi ndani ya gazeti. No, vikombe mzuri. No, acha nikufungulia moja. You know, this guy, you know, mnatona tu hivi. Angalia. So where will this be next to the Kisima Award, the Groove Award? You know, you are just Mr. Awards. Nigani, where will you put these 2 cups of ours?
The dry and cool place.
Okay, Juliani. When
make it your joke, eh?
But then jaribu comedy pia. And when I listen to your music, like you can tell there is the themes differ a lot. Like there's a time when you listen, you are like gangster. Then there's a time it was Jesus. And then there's a time it was a lot of social justice involved. So is it dependent on where you currently are in life, or are all these issues that mean a lot to you?
I've never been gangster.
Oh, okay.
It's only that where I grew up in one of the most in unequal societies. I grew up in Dandora where 3,000 tons of waste come daily. So Nairobi trash end up daily. So people assume just because you environment yako you're like that. But me I'm smart, I'm creative, and I go through life like any other human. But every moment I go through in life, you have to share it, and that's the beauty of being an artist. Okay. Like the ability to go on a public diary. Okay. Ish.
Okay. Now, I feel like we went so deep on that, I have to bring you back. Are you allowed in Machakos County? Okay, like People's Park. Okay. Just you tell us, your area, are you allowed to be anywhere?
I've been to the People's Park previously. And I think your story at People's Park, I mean, it was a really amazing space that made me think about even public spaces. Ukienda Dandora, there is no public space. Wasoi wanacheza watoi. Ukienda Kayole, there is no public space. So we really need to think. Asijasikia mse yote akisema kwa manifesto about public spaces. So we need Wakenya tushikane mkono.
What do you think? Like if you want, since you can see, okay, you have multiple platforms, but for this one today, what would you like to tell people who are listening as a parting shot?
We have so much to offer, and as a people and as individuals, like we have so much to offer. Yeah. The last thing, if let the whole world kudarau, but usijidarau individually. It doesn't matter what you're going through at that particular time. Usijidarau.
Juliani, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to engage with you. We've learned so much in a short period. I think the desire to believe in yourself, now usijidharau, okay? So I think... Okay, chukua ukombe. Salimiana huko. Na, yeah, please, guys. So the message we got from Juliani is usijidharau, okay? So give it up for Juliani one more time. Wow, that's it on Too Much Information with yours truly tonight. Make a date with us next week, Sunday evening, 8:30 on NTV. Now, let's keep conversations going on our social media handles below. Now, if you're antisocial, we can share our P.O. box as well, okay? So, before I go, I'll leave you with a dose of African wisdom. A clever chicken will always choose the one who eats it. See you next week, same place, same time.